And welcome to our second of 6 series NLP Bridging the Gap course / class. I'm super excited that you guys are here. There's still people coming in as we're letting them into the Zoom room. It is John Kurth and Brigitte Höfele bringing you the second day today. We're super excited that you are here. For the ones that were not here yesterday, I have pinned the recording to the NLP Bridging the Gap first day on our NLP Facebook group. So if you're not part, or Facebook page, I apologize, Facebook page. So if you're not part of the NLP Facebook page yet, go ahead and do that now. Invite others. That's where all the recordings are going to live for, the rest of Facebook or life, or I don't know. So we're super excited that you are with us here today. Today is all about the process of restructuring and reinventing your business. How many of you think that there's going to be some reinventing and restructuring being done? Yeah, I see some people raising both of their hands. Absolutely. And by the way, we feed off of your energy, John and I, and listen, all of y'all, all of us are part of a community. And the more we see your faces, the more we can interact with you and really not just hear your voices or you hear our voices. We love, love, love to see you. So welcome everyone. Share the love. John, over to you.
All right. Well, Brigitte, why don't you quickly share with the people a little bit about your background, then I'll share mine, and then I'll pivot into the first topic point.
Fantastic. I will do that. So my name is Brigitte Höfele. For the ones that have not met me yet, I am the CEO and owner of the NLP Institute of Atlanta. I am a sucker for methodologies. I'm a mother of 2 and of a dog. And right now I'm taking care of a toddler. So, and we're, my husband's doing a webinar downstairs. Everyone's very, very productive and busy. It is just, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to being in a busy beehive. Sorry, did I mute myself?
Yes, yeah. You did.
I like to say we're juggling chainsaws right now. And we're going to do more of that today in a very safe and in a very strategic way. So I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, Brigitte. My name is John Kurth. I'm president and founder of Syntactic Sales Scripting. I help businesses win more customers with the scripts that they're going to use. I'm a faculty member of the NLP Center of Atlanta, Brigitte's foundation and organization that she founded. I'm highly skilled in Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I'm the author of this book. You can't see it backwards on this. What are your words wearing? It's a business reference book. So today we're talking about restructuring and reinventing. Do you want to pivot the slide onto the screen, Brigitte?
Absolutely.
So restructuring and reinventing. Now, one of the things we need to focus on is NLP is all about root causes. You get to the root cause of something, that's where you can affect change. So what is the current root cause of your business struggle? Well, the current root cause is this. Your current model for reaching and converting customers is seriously outdated and no longer works. Everyone's business model has changed during the last 4 weeks. Everyone. So once you have that in mind, if everyone's business model has changed, what do you do next? Well, you focus on what's called finding a defensible core. The defensible core is a series of sustainable activities that you can do that generates cash. The thing is, you got to be very pragmatic about the whole thing. In the area where I am, I found a local wholesaler that provides wholesale produce to restaurants. Well, guess what? His entire business model got cut in half because here in California, people can't go to restaurants to sit down and have a nice dinner. They have to either do takeout or drive-through. So when I called them up, first of all, 2 weeks ago, I would not have been able to reach the boss. I was able to reach the boss and say, look, I'm a fellow business owner who wants to support another one because it's only business to business. He said, well, what's your business? I said, scripting. So 2 weeks ago, because I wasn't a restaurant, he wouldn't work with me. Now he did. Notice how I framed it. I'm looking for the opportunity to support another business. Now, I only bought $150 worth of wholesale produce. Is that going to make his profit margin? No, but it will help cover his costs. It will help him keep people employed. It will help him during the process of restructuring his business. So you got to find that defensible core. That's the prerequisite. But then we go into restructuring. Brigitte, would you like to focus on the restructuring element?
Yes, and I'd like to also, John, bring to the people what we talked before we went live. It is
Okay.
not recreating.
No, we're not recreating. First of all, we're restructuring, taking the pieces that we have and putting them into place in new ways. Reinventing. Reinventing, okay, it's easy to reinvent. We're not talking about recreating, because once you hear the word, I got to recreate myself, whoa, oh my gosh, I got to recreate, what am I going to do? No, you're finding the defensible core, then you're restructuring, then you're reinventing. That's the process.
Awesome. Thank you. So restructuring, and notice we're saying restructuring. It is ongoing. It is not a restructure. This is what we're doing now. And as you see on the slide, we chose H2O, which is water. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit. We are putting new pieces into place because the pieces that we had in place with the old normal is not necessarily going to work with the normal that we have now and the new normal that we are creating in the future. So we are looking at who we are in our being and what we have to offer and what we are offering. And we are perhaps changing elements of it, but not necessarily changing everything. We're not recreating the whole thing. So integrating other parts in your business into a new structure, not a new business. This is not about creating a new business. So there is the parts integration exercise that I'm not going to go into right now. Simply, we don't have time, but we're going to give you a whole lot more nuggets as we move forward. So I really want to make the distinction. Before I do that, I want to ask you guys, how many of you heard or maybe have had that before where you want to see change? How many of you want to see change? Right now we're all we're all in let's change something here, we got to get out of the house. Well, it's not safe right now, so let's just stay put. But how many of you are really open to change yourself? Like, everyone says yes, there needs to be change, right? But then when one is asked, well, do you want to change? They're like, well, let me kind of crawl under my desk. So change is going to be inevitable, or change already is inevitable. So right in the sorry, I'm trying to admit other people. Write in the chat box, I am open to change, or open to change. Share it with us that you are open to change. So while you do that, I'm going to go into my slide, and you see a ICE structure. Your ICE structure represents what you were before we went into a lockdown / a shelter in place. The distinction is here of how fluid water is, and in which elements fluid can go, and in which elements water can get into. So we're starting out with a structure. Here is a beautiful structure of a, just lost the word, starts with P for it. Well, you guys know what I mean. It's a beautiful ice sculpture. Once the sculpture gets too warm, what happens to the ice? It melts, correct. So now it's going from being very solid into a fluid element. Ice itself is rigid and fixed. right now, rigid and fixed does not serve us. We need to become more like water and be more fluid and flexible, because water flows and it is flexible. That's where we are right now. So as you are restructuring your business, as you are restructuring your strategies and how you're doing business right now, it would be very beneficial for you to flow like water, wouldn't it? So allow yourself to be this beautiful ice sculpture, and now to melt into some very nourishing water, and perhaps get a little bit hotter to then go back to be water, and then ultimately go and become a different sculpture. I very intentionally chose a different sculpture here as a visual, because you are reinventing, you are restructuring and reinventing yourself. So I want to stop sharing here and tell you guys a quick story of Pyrex. Pyrex being the tempered glass that you can put in the oven, right? So many years ago, way too many years that I might remember how many years ago, the company was phasing to shut down, because other companies figured out how to do tempered glass and how to create that kind of glassware for much cheaper. And the executive team said, something's got to give. What else can we do, or else we're going to shut down? We're going to have hundreds and hundreds of employees be on the street. And they put their heads together and they looked at, what else can we do with the machines that we have? So they didn't shut down and start a whole new company. They looked with what did they have and what else can they do with those machines. And one genius person in the team said, well, we can create other tempered glass for other things. And that's when they started creating really big contracts. And then when the mobile phone industry started booming, that's where they then put in the idea of the tempered glass. So they didn't completely recreate their business. They took what they had and shifted a little bit over. So my question to you is, where are you restructuring, and are you restructuring? So if you are restructuring, I'd like for you to put in the chat box, restructuring, or I am restructuring, which I am restructuring is a true declaration, and you're declaring it to everyone on this Zoom call, and even more so, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people are going to watch the recording. So you're declaring it to all of them. And a declaration, as you're putting that out there, that is powerful. Very, very powerful. John, back to you.
Good. So after we've gone through restructuring, now we're in reinventing your business. Now there's a distinction between reinvention and reinventing. Reinvention is only a one-time event. Reinventing is an ongoing process. You need to at least look at the next 3 months of reinventing parts of your business constantly. So reinventing. So you may be reinventing your business processes. You may be reinventing your customer base. What are some new customers that you can go after? Like Brigitte said about Pyrex, going from bakeware manufacturers to cell phone manufacturers, a really tough glass was very valuable. And yes, you may need even to reinvent your business model. Now, reinventing and reinventing is just another word for innovation. Innovation has been one of the key drivers of business growth in any market. So your ability to reinventing and innovation is what's truly going to serve you in the weeks and months ahead. Now let's talk about the chat box declarations. That's what Brigitte talked about. So I want you to type into the chat box, I'm reinventing. I am reinventing. Once you say it like that, you're declaring that and you're owning your power. So many people have disempowered themselves. We need you to re-empower yourselves so you can take action. Brigida, what would you like to share about the reinventing process? And then you can take us down home.
You know what, the reinventing, what we're doing right now, what you're seeing other people doing is exactly that reinventing. It's taking us from, okay, we cannot be together in person, in summits, in courses, in classes, and that's where Zoom comes in, that's where Skype comes in, that's where FaceTime comes in, that's where Facebook Messenger comes in. So look at, and I want to hear from all of you. Look at, what do you have right now? What do you have going for you? Where is your genius? And how can you shift? I'm not asking you to shift a 180. I'm just asking you to shift. Remember, John said it yesterday, 5%. I'm just asking you to shift 1% today, and then maybe 1% tomorrow. But start taking the shift. Start accepting the call that it is time for you to restructure and reinvent. And I'm going to hold the space for you. I'm going to be here for you. If there's anything that you need, we're going to continue to give you the strategies. We're going to continue to hold the space for you. John and I are not quitting to give you value after value after value after value. So even after this 6-series class that we're doing with you right now, know that there's going to be ongoing training that we're going to share with you that we would love for you to be part of. So we are here to restructure, reinvent with you, and hold you accountable if you want us to do that. Hold space for you, for us to be, if you want to be part of our mastermind group, whatever it is, we're here for you. All you need to do is reach out in the chat box, reach out via Facebook, Instagram. John is on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. So let's continue to have that conversation, because only if we are not working through it, we're going to continue to stay where we are right now. A body in motion stays in motion. So please, 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 guys, do not get stagnant, because a body not in motion also does not move forward. So
what are we going to be talking about tomorrow, Brigida?
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about flexibility, one of my favorite topics. So we're going to talk about flexibility, and Jeannie over here is going, yay, because the person with the most flexibility controls the system. And that's what we're all about tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for being on today. John, thank you for your time. And we will see you same place, same time tomorrow. And please invite other people that are ready to hear this. Let's be flexible, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.